Right, so as with every summer, fans always want to see about 20 players come into a club and about 20 leave. I suppose it is called a silly season after all. I just did a video about the players that I think Manchester United should sell, but now I'm going to do a video about a few players United that their futures have been drawn into question. There are definitely certain fans, certain corners of the fan base want to see them go for various reasons, but these are 5 players that, like I said, their futures have come under scrutiny, but I would like to see stay at the club. So I think it's best to get started. The first is Antonio Valencia. I would keep him just because I know he's not an out and out right back, but I do think he's been very consistent. He does make the odd mistake, and I've been the first to criticize him when his, especially in that game against Arsenal, where his mistake led to Arsenal's goal that knocked us out of the FA Cup. But definitely a brilliant squad player. Um, I want to say he's a good leader, but he doesn't speak any English. But definitely he's a half decent leader for the Spanish-speaking players because one, he's experienced in the Premier League, he's been there, done that, and he is the captain of Ecuador. And even in anywhere, no matter what lack of leadership you have in a team, if you are the captain of a team, you must stand out in some way. So he's definitely a leader and experienced. He's not as injury prone or mistake prone as Rafael. And we definitely need another right back, but definitely out of Rafael and Valencia, Valencia is definitely the one I'm going to keep. Second is Phil Jones. I've been saying it, everyone's been saying it since he was at Blackburn. If he can stay injury free, the sky is the limit. He's quick, he's strong, he's well able to put in a tackle, which too well able to put in a tackle, which leads to a lot of the injuries. Um, I suppose Chris Smalling progressing so much this season has not helped him because they did come much around the same time. They are much around the same age, so it has put him under further pressure. Like Smalling, he is getting to the age where he needs to progress. He needs to become a first-team regular. Rio Ferdinand and Amanda Vidic and probably Johnny Evans all gone. So we need to step up. So definitely Phil Jones for one more season. Just one more season. He deserves one last chance. Uh, Third one is Marwan Fellaini. He was one of our best players this season and has progressed a lot. Definitely, I don't want to see him in the starting 11 every week. I think we've moved beyond the whole David Moyes era and LVG era to a point of just cross after cross after cross and long ball after long ball, hoping that Fellaini knocks it down to someone. So I don't want to see that every week. I want to see closer to what we saw last pre-season, because that was Barcelona under Pep Guardiola-esque, you know. And I think with players like Herrera, Mata, Rooney, and even ball-playing centre halves like Rojo and Smalling at the club, we should be able to play that kind of football absolutely no problem. Especially at home against smaller teams where we won't be put under pressure and teams are going to sit back against us. Fellaini does not need to be starting every week. But he is a big threat. I think we saw that in the Chelsea game that Chelsea completely changed their personnel and almost their system just to stop him. They brought Kurt Zouma on to drop the two defensive midfielders back almost 5-10 yards, and that just proves that like a manager like Jose Mourinho respects him so much, and to have a player like that with such a unique threat, he has to stay at the club. But as a squad player, as I've already stated, this is one that annoys me a lot. Is Robin van Persie. Like his fellow Dutch compatriot, he just Daley Blind. He just absolutely oozes class. He's one of the few leaders we have at the club to give Wayne Rooney a hand. But that's a totally other issue. He will help Memphis Depay settle. I definitely think that probably helped Daley Blind a bit. You know, he did come in very late during the summer. It would have been hard for him to settle, but I think definitely having his national team captain at the club in RVB definitely helped Blind settle. so quickly. He's not the player Carrick is, but he definitely settled very quickly, even if it was more at left back than at defensive midfielder. I think having RVP at the club would definitely help Memphis. The second or the third point about him is that we've lost Falcao this summer. We can't lose two such experienced strikers. You know, coming into at the end of August, we had Rooney, Falcao, Van Persie, and we can't be in a situation where we have Rooney and just James Wilson, and we sign some foreign striker or someone like Benteke, who you don't know if they'd make it at a big club or not. Like I said, we just can't lose two big names in the one summer, especially a player who is one of the better leaders of the club, and probably most importantly has proven and done it in the Premier League. And as if given chances, he will take them. He's a clinical finisher and one of the best finishers the club has ever had. The absolutely madness to sell him, and he definitely would come back to bite the club in the ass at one stage or another. And well, I didn't think it a year ago. I don't think anyone would be thinking that Di Maria's future would be in question. Record by nearly £60 million. He got 10 assists this season, having played a lot less minutes than players like Fabregas, like Hazard, Santi Cazorla, who had high numbers of assists. In a side that lacks pace, he definitely brings that. This one I'm kind of undecided on, because I'm always worried that he won't be able to bulk up and he will always get pushed around, and that he would be more suited on the wing, but then I don't believe the wing is his best position. Definitely is going to be rip the Champions League apart like he did in Madrid. But if you put him in a midfield three, I'm still undecided. We haven't seen it enough to know. If you put him alongside two hard battling midfielders and protected him to a point, I think that would work. But then you're destroying a bit of his creativity, and the balance of the team is kind of off. You wouldn't be able to have players like Herrera and Carrick. You'd need to have players just like Schneiderlin and Sebastian Schweinsteiger. So you'd be changing a lot to fit him in. So I think if there's a way that we can get him into central midfield, protect him to a point, and hopefully he just grows with confidence and he can just become the player that he was in Madrid. Because if that is the case, he will be our best player, because he was Madrid's best player. A side that has Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo, a side that went on to win the Champions League. He will be the best player in the Premier League. He is our most gifted player without a single doubt, along with Van Persie. And it would be a great shame to lose both of them. So they're the 5 players that I think should stay, and there's my defence. So any comments on Twitter or Facebook, or obviously here on YouTube, would be very much appreciated. Please like and share.